Namaste. This is Arun Krishnamurthy, founder Environmentalist Foundation of India EFI. We at EFI have been focusing on wildlife conservation and habitat restoration over the last 13 years. Our primary focus has been on conservation of lakes and ponds across the country. A massive collaborative conservation effort is underway to revive, clean up, and restore freshwater lakes and ponds for all life forms. Protecting a lake or a pond is important for several reasons. Localized temperature regulation, fresh drinking water, the habitat characteristics which support several life forms which includes frogs, snakes, birds and more. Also to prevent localized flooding and drought situations in a given neighborhood. Thus, our focus is without water there is no life. This World Earth Day, I take a pledge to be water literate, water responsible for a water rich future. Volunteer to conserve the world's water bodies. That should be our primary climate action.
My name is Kairunisa Ashari from Brunei Darussalam. I represent Green Brunei, and we work with children and youth volunteers to ensure environmental sustainability through education, conservation, and advocacy. Through the collective effort and collaboration with various stakeholders and thousands of volunteers, we have collected over 20 tons of waste from our shores and riverbanks. We also run Green Depot, where users can send in their recyclables, which are then weighed, recorded as points in their accounts, and exchanged for cash. We all play a role in protecting and preserving our environment. If we fail to do our part, we risk losing our precious resources, and the future generations will have to suffer. There is no planet B, so it is our responsibility to care for our environment and the society. On Earth Day 2020, I pledge to support more communities towards better waste management.
Zangpo. I am Nitin Dorji from Bhutan. I am currently pursuing my BSc in Environment and Climate Studies at the College of Natural Resources in Punakha, Dzongkhag. For the past 3 years, I have been trying my best to manage waste at my community level, and currently I am leading a club known as Earth Guardians of Bhutan, CNR, and I have as of now 108 members working with me. For the past 3 years, we have made a significant achievement in managing waste at our community level, besides increasing green cover and creating environmental awareness to our community people. As we are all aware that our climate is changing and our planet is warming at an unprecedented rate, it is very important for us to act it today, or else there will be no tomorrow for us. More than anything, I would like to hear and love to see our governments and leaders around in helping us to cut the emissions from factories, industries and automobiles, as it is one of the main contributor of global warming. But I feel that there is not enough support for our nature lovers from our governments and leaders while they are trying their best. Why is it so? The big question always hits me. On this Earth Day 2020, I pledge myself that I shall never resign myself from working as an environmentalist, and I will always work to protect and keep my community clean and green. Tashidele, and thank you.
Hi, my name is Minh Ngọc. I'm from Vietnam. For the last 3 years, I've been working to promote zero waste period in Vietnam. First, I introduced imported reusable cloth pads for women on their period. Then I produced it locally to bring it throughout the country at a reasonable price. Until now, besides reusable cloth pads, we also distributed menstrual cups and many other products for women to have better health care and reduce plastic waste to the environment. If we don't take climate action immediately, we may run out of time to save our life and our next generation life. I would like to see the government and the society to give support in terms of finance and expertise to community-based organization and grassroots group so that they can actively offer solutions to our environmental issues. On Earth Day 2020, I pledge to encourage every girl and woman to switch to zero waste period.
My name is Ashir Kandhari. I'm from New Delhi, India, and I'm 16 years old. I have been a part of FFF India for the last year. One major goal for me has been to increase the forest cover of our country. Over 2 years ago, the government of India issued an order to cut down close to 20,000 trees in a small part of Delhi known as Sarojini Nagar. This led us children to start a movement known as the Chipko movement, in which we climbed and hugged trees to prevent the contractors from cutting them down. To me personally, this was one of the most unique and effective ways of portraying my emotions regarding the situation. The governments of the world need to realize that decisions they're making today are going to affect the youth the most. We will face the consequences and repercussions of these decisions. Renowned scientists from around the world have declared that we only have 10 more years to combat climate crisis. If we do not do so, we will not be able to sustain, we will not be able to turn from the edge of collapse. The societies and the government can do a lot to combat climate crisis. We can, we need better implementation of laws at the ground and grassroots levels. 2, we need transparency regarding the decisions and policies made by the government. On Earth Day 2020, I pledge to reduce my individual carbon footprint